Welcome back to my channel, and today we're taking a look at Battlefield 6 Open Beta. Now, this has been out for a little while, and a lot of people are jumping in, having fun, and they say this is the best Battlefield since, to be fair, what was the last good Battlefield? 3 or 4 in my opinion? You know, at least, I would say 3. Like, I'm camp 3 to be fair, but I can understand the big scale conquests at 4. Now, let's talk about requirements, and I will rant about two things a little bit though. So, number one, minimum requirements are as follows. You need at least an Intel Core i5 8th gen or a Ryzen 5 2600, RTX 2060 or Radeon RX 5600 XT, and that's pretty much all there is, 16 gigabytes of RAM. For recommended requirements, Intel Core i7 10th gen, Ryzen 7 3700X, same 16 gigabytes of RAM, and RTX 3060 Ti or Radeon RX 6700 XT. That's in regards to the requirements. Now, one of the things within the requirements, which is point number one for my rant, is you do need to have TPM 2.0 enabled, or that for regular people means UEFI secure boot enabled. And not even a month ago, when they rolled out the system level anti-cheat for Battlefield 2042, everyone in the forums blew up in rage that how can you ask me to give you full system access for a game on my hard drive just so you know I do not cheat. Apparently this has gone well pretty nicely with the Battlefield 6, because I see thousands and thousands and thousands of people happily granting this game full access to your drive because, you know, just so the big daddy in the sky knows I don't cheat. Which honestly makes me a little bit worried how easy we forget things, and instead of pushing to remove this ridiculous requirement, because there's a lot of other ways to create a good anti-cheat, and end of the day people gonna cheat anyway. No, everyone just said, you know what, this is fantastic, let me just get this enabled, and it won't probably change much things for people who are running your default Windows installation on a pre-built or bought PC. Usually they do come with secure boot enabled. For the rest of us, we do like custom installation for our systems for reasons known and unknown, and I had to go in and enable that, which I just don't like it. Okay, so but anyway, that's my problem. Number two is in regards to the game itself, which I must say the game does look very nice. It runs very smooth. The sound design is, as always, Battlefield, very on point, very crisp. Everything is great, but you can make as good as a game you want. You cannot change the player base. Even in open beta, even on very select maps, that we have very little variety of maps currently for the open beta, you already have the dark hallway corner campers. And I understand that this made sense in Battlefield 3 and 4 if you are running a sniper, but we're talking essentially a conquest, you know, a breakthrough, where you, in a game where you, if you get killed, you respawn and you are back in a fight in less than 5 seconds, where destruction is amazing, where the graphic fidelity and the sound design is immersive. Some people have chosen a dark alley corner and they're just farming the KD. And I'm like, you know, power to you, I guess. It just strikes me so odd that some people actually choose this as their way to spend time in a game where you can literally play with 68 people. It's just, it just blows my mind. Right, anyway, let's jump in, and I will be a bait and a target for these rats. So let's look what we're going to be running with. Now, when it comes to graphics, this game does offer two things. Number one, performance presets. If you select any of the pre-built ones, and by default you will going to be getting a balanced one, it will enable DLSS, it will enable NVIDIA low reflex, and it will enable some sort of downscale filter. The only way to get rid of that is, the graphics quality should be on high, and the graphics you can modify. So we're running with all high on the graphics front. And when we go for advanced, we're gonna go with fixed resolution scale, so 100%, so that's native 2K, no frame rate limit, no dynamic resolution scale, no reflex low latency, Anti-aliasing is as it is, TAA. To be fair, there are a couple options that depends your choice what you want to use. No upscaler, so no DLSS FSR, no frame gen, no future frame rendering, and no performance overlay because we do have MSI on upper left. That's all there is, and this is the only way you can bring down the game to the bare core, maxed out, no crutches help in regards to performance. And I must say, it doesn't really change that much, because we are running a pretty low, old CPU or low CPU, i9-99K stock and 4070 Ti. So let's just jump in Breakthrough, and let's just see how it looks and goes. To be fair, since this game will have a campaign, I can see myself playing this, but for the multiplayer, if you're very long Battlefield fan and you played all the Battlefields, this will definitely gonna be a game for you. If you're new to multiplayer or PvP players or shooter genre, you might want to take a step back. I usually take Assault class for the simple reason I do like my assault weapon. Engineers do get a machine gun, but someone else will make a full list of what's available, what you can grind out when it comes to this. You do have VoIP, you do have voice chat that you can enable in the game, communicate with other players, and you do have crossplay functionality built in as well. So technically, you know, it's Battlefield. It is actually back if you compare it to Battlefield 5, and it definitely seems and feels and plays better than Battlefield 2042. I would want to say let's just jump in and see what we actually have. So, we're pulling 8.3 gigabytes of video memory allocated, 16 gigs of RAM, and we are at 100 frames. And as you can see, the game looks fantastic. Like, there's no way of saying it otherwise. It just looks amazing. And considering this is old CPU at 2K, everything maxed out, brother, I cannot say that, you know, this is not a win. This is absolute treat to be playing this game like this. Now, granted, audio-wise, it's been disabled because the explosions and the sounds are very loud, but at the same time, they are very crisp. Like, you are actually getting immersed in this. And someone just flanked through the red zone because Prostrat moves going to the spawn, which is literally around the corner here. And I need to figure out how to throw grenades properly, but yeah. Anyway, as you can see, the destruction is already taking place. And yeah, so we're not dropping below 80-ish frames at any given moment, which honestly, for this game, and considering how big this game is in terms of effects and everything that's happening on screen at every given time, that is kind of cool though. I would actually need to get away, so I do not perish instantly, which I will do anyway. Someone has dropped down some ammo here. And someone perished as well. And someone is on me. Lovely jubbly. Can't wait. And someone was behind me. But as you can see, performance-wise, nothing to say about that. Like, the performance is on the dot. And honestly, coming in with an i5 8th gen as a minimum requirement for the game, I honestly cannot fault the game's performance. Like, even with an older CPU, even with everything on ultra, no crutches to get this performance. I mean, when they do things right, they do things right. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you that way, you know, like there's no two ways to say this. It just works, and it looks amazing. Now, granted, everything else is pretty much skill issue, which I do possess, because I don't play this as it is. Come on, get me up. Thank you. Oh, I really need to learn how to throw the grenades. And I perished to the same kid. To the same kid who shot me before. GG's. So when it comes to this game mode in general and the performance, I'm not even going to talk about the game modes because, again, this is for Battlefield fans and veterans to chime in. But the way this feels, like when you move, all the aiming, all the shooting, all the recoil, it actually feels natural. Like this is something I would kind of want Call of Duty to have in their campaigns rather the laser beaming weapon meta bullshit. You essentially you get a gun and it actually acts like a gun. I mean, that is fantastic. I think someone's flanking us very hard here. Finally. I think they're spawning from that direction anyway. Oh, that's not good. They have a heavy there. Almost had him. But he had the shotgun, which is actually a good idea. Talking about shotguns. I actually have a shotgun as well. What am I doing? But yeah, let's just switch to engineer class and spawn in. I mean, the way this game feels is just magical. %50 of enemies remaining. They're gonna be storming this place, 100%. I can see them already. Yep, there they are. And I got outflanked. Perfect. But yeah, this is just a very quick run through the performance because, surprisingly enough, I was looking at some other benchmarks. People playing with an 4070 Ti in 2K with DLSS, and they were getting actually pretty similar frame rate. And by similar, I mean it wasn't dropping as low as 85 or 80 frames, but it was pretty much within 110, 120-ish, which, in general, when you think about it, it's kind of a little bit odd. Because I would expect for everyone running Ryzen and, you know, or even a higher tier Intel CPU to actually have higher frame rate, which, I don't know, maybe that's the game's limitation for it. Oh, look at this dude. He just took the whole belt of machine gun and decided not to give up. Absolute unit. And they were getting the same frame rate, which for me is a little bit odd. Now, the game is running off from NVMe drive, but I doubt that is actually a big win for the frames when it comes to it. At the same time, this is a beta, so any performance issues reported or any feedback will probably be heavily looked at by the devs, and they will figure out what exactly they want to do with that information and if there's something they can improve on. Oh, someone just gained a lot of soldiers and I should have kneeled down. But yeah, that's pretty much the game performance. Runs absolutely fine, looks and sounds fantastic. And I would say open beta is live. Go have a look at it, have a play, and who knows, maybe you're actually going to get the game when it comes out. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Over and out.